So in last few sessions, we have explored how to create React application. Similarly, we have written few code to unit test Python application. Now today we see how to create database with PostgreSQL. Okay, so what happens exactly in this type application? We need to store data. So for that purpose, here we use today PostgreSQL. Then we create few tables into that related to admin, similarly related to like job seeker, and other one is employer. We have divided into three, there are going to be three different users for this application. Admin is one user, job seeker is another user, employer can be another user. We have three users. Okay, admin is one user, job seeker is one user, employer is another user. So one more user we have that can be bot. So bot is nothing but it's a software robot that is going to be analyzing. Okay, so whatever whatever the job seeker saves data related to his or her profile, so that is going to be analyzed by the bot. Okay, so it is basically talent, we can say talent analysis bot. We can call this as actually talent analysis bot. So this is going to be a software robot that can analyze. Okay, so first related to admin, then to job seeker, then to employer. Whenever we talk about admin, here there can be different admins. Need not be all super admins. It can be admin and there can be subadmins. Subadmins have only few privileges. The super admin can have all the privileges, whereas subadmins cannot have actually all like privileges. Okay, so therefore admins can be like SUP underscore admin is one. The other one is here. SUB admin is like another one. So this is SUB admin. We have super admin, we have submit admin. All privileges the super admin can have. All privileges super admin can have, whereas subadmin have restricted privileges. Okay. All privileges can be had by super admin. Subadmin can have actually only restricted privileges. But what are the restricted privileges? We need to enumerate them. Okay. So this is still open actually. What kind of restricted privilege we have? So that is open. We need to discuss about that. We need to come to conclusion. But whereas super admin, subadmin, we are confirming on that. So very first table is going to be like always have a prefix TBL for the tables. Then go with underscore. Okay, so we need to go with the underscore. Then followed by here, very first thing is we have admin privileges. It's going to be TBL admin privileges. So in this, what can be the columns? There's an ID, which is auto-generated, automatically that can be entered. Second thing is going to be here, privilege, column name is, okay, it's a privilege. One is ID. Second thing is what here? Privilege. We have the name of the privilege. Then followed by DOT or DOC, date created. Okay, Initially, we may not add all the privileges, but over a period of time, we add more and more privileges. So therefore, DOC is nothing but date of creation. Okay, or else we can try to give here full name for this, date of creation. Date of creation, this is going to be another privilege. TBL admin privileges. Okay, next thing here, TBL followed by here admin users. Okay, normally we should not go with plural form, we have to go with the singular form always. Because when you're defining a table, you're trying to define only a one row. It's a row definition. It's not actually rows definition. It's just one row definition. Whenever you go for table schema, basically table schema contains actually the columns which we can add to the table. Okay, in a row, what columns we can add? We basically create them. It's called a schema. So ID is actually one column name, privilege is another column name, date of creation is going to be another column name. Designing database is quite complex. Okay, depending on the database design, so your application is going to work. Okay, so here first of all, TBL admin privilege, ID, privilege date of creation. We have to have three columns. So it is all basically conceptual. Nothing actually is physical, it's going to be here. So it is just conceptual. What name we need to follow, we are confirming on that first of all. So every table name must start with TBL. Okay, it can start with TBL followed by underscore, then admin underscore privilege. This is one of the tables we have in this ID, privilege, date of creation. Then similarly, we have here admin followed by user. Okay, admin, we say this as here admin user. This is related to admin user. So this is ID again, it's user ID. The next thing is here username. Okay, we have a username, then email ID is another one, followed by here date of creation. Okay, date of creation. So these we have. Normally in this, we should not save the password. If you try to save password in this, that may be wrong in my opinion, or else we can put here the password also. Okay, we can put here the password as well. But instead, if you put actually in the other table, that would be good in my opinion. Okay, so that would be good actually. Or else we can have here, sorry, I'm sorry. I think now you can see the table. I'm sorry, very sorry. I just forgot actually to share the screen. In a flow I was going. Okay. Okay, so once again, let me do here. Once again, let me explain here. It is database with PostgreSQL trap application. So in this, as we know, there are three parties: admin, job seeker, employer, and one more thing is going to be it is a software bot. We call this as actually bot that is going to be analyzing the talent. Okay, it's going to be analyzing talent. There are going to be three different parties to this, or three different types of users: an admin user, a job seeker, employer, and one more thing is here, talent analysis bot. So this is going to be a different type of user in this. Okay, then in the admin part, we create first two tables. One is super admin, second thing is subadmin. Okay, so this is not a table. It is actually types of users. Super admin is going to be here having all privileges. Subadmin has actually restricted privileges. It's going to be here restricted privilege. Those privileges are what exactly we need to discuss about it. Okay, but first let us go with here TBL admin privilege. It's a table. So this must be always actually in the singular form. It should not be plural form. Normally what we say users, we say saying users is incorrect. In fact, we have to say admin user rather than saying user, because when you create a table, what you create actually, you are creating basically row definition, how a row must be. Okay, how a row must be. Therefore, so it is related to a user. You may be adding to this particular collection a number of users, but basically a single row is related to one user. So that's why we call it as actually here TBL admin user. On the top also it is TBL admin privilege. We say rather than saying user privileges or users, we call it as TBL admin privilege, TBL admin user. Okay. Similarly, we have here TBL followed by this is privilege. All the privilege we have in that. Here also we have ID followed by it is okay. It's going to be yeah, admin privilege already we have. Sorry. So admin privilege already we have here. TBL admin user. Then TBL. Then right here admin user privileges. Okay. For every user, what type of privilege we have, we assign. Okay, privilege. So what kind of privilege we are assigning, we can have in this. This is going to be here, say, admin user ID, followed by here, okay, privilege ID. Like this, we need to have the primary key and foreign key relations. We need to map actually the admin. So next thing is what here, PWD or password. We need to have a password as well here. So first thing is here, ID, privilege, date of creation, then TBL admin user, username, email, date of creation, PWD. So this must be encrypted. Okay, this must be encrypted. The next thing is here what, or this is TBL admin user privilege. TBL admin user privilege. In this, what we do, we add admin user ID and privilege ID. Okay, we add in this manner. Whatever privilege we have, we can add here, and similarly who the admin user is, that privilege we are going to add. So this is going to be role based as well as privilege based access we say. What are the different privileges we have? So that we are going to be adding in this. So privilege also we need to create through the admin user. Initially, admin user has all privileges. A privilege can be added by here, admin, super admin. A super admin can add a privilege. The privilege can be removed by super admin. So sub admins are going to be like you admins only, but they have restricted access or restricted privileges we have. So therefore, these we create. Okay. Admin privilege, admin user, then admin user privilege. So using primary key, foreign key relations, we are going to be mapping them. Okay. And similarly, using SQL alchemy, we can actually here create the ORM. And for admin, as we discussed earlier, we use ORM concept. So what basically ORM? ORM is object relational mapping. This is object relational mapping. So using object relational mapping, what we do, we are going to handle the database. So we use here for that SQL alchemy. Okay, using SQL alchemy, we manipulate it. Okay, we use SQL alchemy, and with the help of that, we try to create here like we try to add user, we try to modify user, we try to do those things with the help of the SQL alchemy. Okay, so here it is what this is super admin, sub admin, then you have TBL admin privilege, TBL admin user, TBL admin user privilege as well we have. So these are the three tables. First of all, we added to the like admin, followed by here, we need to have here TBL admin user history. Okay, admin user history we should maintain. So whenever the admin user is actually like modifying something, that should be part of the history. or whenever they log in, log out, that also we can maintain in this particular thing. So it is ID followed by, we have IP ADD. Exactly, this is what, from which IP they have accessed it. Okay, when they log in, from which IP they are basically logging in, that information we need to have in this. Then ADDRS is nothing but address. Apart from this, date of login, DOL we say, or write it as date of login. At what time the user has logged in, that information is important. In the TBL admin user history, okay, so whenever the user is logging in, at the time the person is doing, followed by, okay, then this is one table actually, from which table the user has logged in. We are going to be tracking in the TBL user history. User, you can this have it as actually actions, action history, something like this we can put here, date of login. Then similarly, okay, date of login, we can add this particular thing here. Date of login followed by, yeah, date of login is enough. This is, okay, instead of saying action history, we can put it as login history. Okay, similarly, here this is another one more table we have. This is going to be TBL user action history. What action is performed, we can have in this. Okay, this is ID followed by action, what the user has performed, date of action. Okay, this we can have. So there can be like another table also we can add, TBL admin actions. Okay, type of actions what we have here, that also should be predefined. So it can be ID, this is auto-generated one, followed by action, what action it is exactly. Something deletion, modification, or those things actually we have in that. Backing up or restoring, so those actions actually we can have in this. Admin actions, admin action I should have here. Okay, ID. Okay, what exactly the person is trying to do, followed by here, it is also action ID. You can say this as here action ID, or else you can put actually the name of the action like varchar we can put, what the user is performing. Okay, date of action again. Date of action, like this, we have tables. Okay, so this is related to admin. At this moment, we have this much. So at this moment, we have this much. Here we go with the admin user privilege, admin user. Password also we are adding here. It is encrypted. Okay, so it is encrypted here. Fine, then what user is trying to do? So here we should have that information. Okay, and one more thing, for user, for admin purpose, we use here Flask templates only. Try to use here Jinja templates. Okay, this is not actually React.js. For admin, we are going to use Flask Jinja templates for, web page purpose. We don't use actually in this the React.js. For admin, we don't use. But for normal other users, we use definitely the React.js. So for admin purpose, we just use actually Flask Jinja templates. With the help of that, you can create the web pages. We create web pages with the help of the Flask Jinja templates. Okay, so Jinja 2 version we have, with that we can do it. They are nothing but HTML pages. Okay, so you can have actually server-side code, client-side code bundled together. So that is basically Flask Jinja templating. With that, we create HTML pages. Then admin-related activities we can perform from there. Okay, so we have here admin these users. And before that, let me once show you how exactly the SQL Alchemy works. I think I don't have in this SQL Alchemy related stuff. Then close folder. Okay, here Let me go to Python programs. If I come here, probably in this, I should find SQL Alchemy. Okay, so if it's not part of this one, I should go to, it's not here, therefore I can go to again Python CSV. There is one more folder. Okay, Python followed by here CSV. So in this Python CSV, I should have information related to like SQL Alchemy. Okay, so SQL Alchemy we use with this we can do it. So SQL Alchemy is a predefined library in the Python. With the help of that, we can do it. So this is basically SQL Alchemy. Okay, I launched the SQL Alchemy from Visual Studio Code. From there, you can do it. Open folder, then here Python CSV. This is a folder I open. So when we come here, we go with the Python SQL Alchemy. So this is basically Python SQL Alchemy related application. Okay. So here in this case, we need to import, first of all, we need to install this library. SQL Alchemy, we need to install. So we are importing create engine, we are importing foreign key, we are importing column, date, integer, string, all these are the types of data. I'll show this. Similarly, relationship, like back reference, declarative base, session maker, all these we import from the SQL Alchemy. SQL Alchemy is nothing but it's a ORM, object relational mapping. So with the help of this, what we do, we can create here like a database. School DB, we are trying to create here. So with the help of this, we can create a engine. Same code once again, we try to execute using a different thing. Okay, so instead of saying this here, I can say ORMDB. The name of this is going to be here ORMDB. Okay, echo equal to false. We kept it. And using this, we are going to create here a database. And in this data must be getting entered for us. So let us go to PostgreSQL and see here. pgadmin. Okay, so this is pgadmin. It's pgadmin. As we know already, this is database. You need to give user ID and password in this. Okay. Similarly, now when you expand it, I'm going with actually in this PostgreSQL 13. This is my local database. I need to enter second time master password here. Okay, I'm adding this. So here, now what happens? These are the tables available. One of the table is, I think here, school DB is created in this. School DB got created. Even you can find the tables inside the schemas. In the schemas, under schemas, we have the tables. So tables here, course, customer, learner, order, student, student course like this. These are available. Okay. So whether this is going to create automatically table or not, we can check now here. So this is CLSI type. Then here cd dot dot then cd python csv. Okay, csv. Now let us look at actually here. Do we have the table what we database what we specified here? To connect to engine, you need to have this mechanism. Engine, create engine. With the help of that engine can be created here. Okay. So this is related to object-oriented concept. We create a base class. You need to take some base class, declarative base with the help of this function. It is going to give actually here for you a base. So that base we are inheriting into student. Table name is going to be the student. Okay. Then followed by ID column like this. We have integer primary key equal to true. So that's going to be automatically getting inserted for us. Okay, so here we try to do, well, first let us create table. After that, we try to see that. What we are doing here in this case, we made this as here ORMDB. Whether this is going to create database for us or not, we try to see in this. We try to see that. Otherwise, we need to create table, then we need to create database. The table can be created automatically for us. Okay, so here the file name is what? It is actually like some ORM related I created. Okay, not created file. So this is SQL alchemy ex.py file. Here Python followed by this file name is SQL alchemy ex.py. So using that we try to create the DB. So it is not actually getting created. Okay, it is not existing, it says. So that means first we need to create database, then after that we can do. So go to databases, then create database, name it as ORMDB. It is ORMDB, then save this. It can't create on its own database, but once database is created, it can add actually the tables to that. So where is the ORMDB is created in this now. Let us once again try to run this. What will happen? See. Okay. So what it's giving error here? It is giving some sort of error for us. First of all, go to this and try to see in this any table is it created. So no tables are created. Just refresh it. No tables are available. So what is the problem? We need to check in this now. Okay, in line number 5, 35, session.commit is giving error here. Okay, we come to the code and see why this is giving error. Line number 35, it is actually giving error here in this. Okay, now just once again try to run the same thing. What happens? See. Now this time it has created for us. Go to database and refresh this here. You can find this time the student table, and even you can get the columns ID, username, first name, last name, institution. And here, if you want to see the data any in this, you can actually see, go to scripts and here, select script. With the help of that, when you run, you can here get the data. So there are two rows we inserted. The ID is coming automatically 1, 2. This is primary key integer. Okay. So like this, it is adding data automatically without writing SQL queries. So through the ORM itself, we are adding. We are adding in this case two different objects. Student object, both are student only, but in the first student, Rama, IIT, and here Narayan Rao in this Rao, Narayana, then NIT. So we are adding two objects to session, then we are committing with the help of that, it's getting saved in the database. So this is what basically is, it is a ORM. ORM stands for Object Relational Mapping. Initially, you need to create here a table. Okay, sorry, a database we need to create, and using this connection string, we can actually do this. Okay, you need to install SQL Alchemy for this purpose. If you don't have SQL Alchemy, it will not work. So for the sake of that, what we do here, I can create one more virtual environment. So cd dot dot. Okay, this code I'm going to be copying into that later on. So then here write md. Already we have, I think, virtual environments. DAR. Okay, so what was the name of that we created? Fine. So here MD, we try to make this one as here. Like let us create in this MD followed by Python. Okay, trap related. CD Python trap related. So in this Python trap related, so we first of all go with the virtual environment. It's not for the application. To understand SQL Alchemy, we do it. Here go with the Python followed by -m VENV. Okay, SQL like alchemy test. We call this as here alchemy test. This is going to create for us required environment. So just type here alchemy test. SQL alchemy test. Okay, something is missing here. SQL. Alchemy test. Still skipping on the top. Alchemy test. Okay. Otherwise, fine. Alchemy. This test here. So now we are in the virtual environment. We need to come to scripts in this. Then go with activate. So it is activated. Then come back to this. Then pick install. Okay, SQL Alchemy. So why this is not installing? It is not found, it says. We type here SQL Alchemy. We need to, it is database toolkit for Python. Okay, so we must install this first of all. So what is the version of this year? Documentation guide we have. Okay. Documentation overview we can see. For PostgreSQL. Okay, with 12, 13, 14, 15, it's working fine. So very first thing we have to do in this case is we need to install this. Okay, come back. Documentation, we have this. We come back here, installation guide. How we can install C in this. So when I go with this must be getting, I have given wrong spelling, because of that it was not, it could not install. Now this is actually created for us. It has installed SQL Alchemy. Okay. So next thing, what we do, so SQL Alchemy we added in this. The next step, okay, same thing we try to save in the like okay. What is our folder now? Our folder is SQL Alchemy test. Alchemy test it is. So take same thing. You can take same thing from here. Now close the folder completely. This folder we can close. Then here it is open folder. It is project Python trap related. SQL Alchemy test. We now load it here. Then after that, we try to create a new file, Alchemy test. So orm test.py. Then we put it here. We copy and paste everything here. After that, we try to run. So these are the functions available with the SQL Alchemy package. We are going to add to the required application here to the required file. This is the connection string, create engine. With the help of this, we connect to the database. So very first thing is here protocol. We need to use this protocol, Postgres. Followed by here, this is what exactly user ID. Okay, user ID followed by at localhost 5432 ORMDB. Then echo equal to false. It is. So using this, we try to now connect this one here. Okay, so this is not actually user ID. This is basically password. Whatever I'm giving is here password. And this is here username. PostgreSQL. Okay, sorry, PostgreSQL :/ followed by this is Postgres. It is getting connected to localhost. Okay, this is what Shemant at 1990. It is 1994 at localhost. To that we are going to be connecting this particular thing here. So with this we connect to the database. There we try to create the required table. Now let us change the table name to write like this here. Student. Okay. Student data. We want to put the table name as here student data. Now in this case, what happens? See, already this is created for us. A student table is created for us. Another table must be getting created here, and into that table data has to go for us. Whether this goes or not, we can check in this. Go with the dir command. And what is the name of the file here? It is ORM test. Python ORM test.py. Okay, but already since the database is created, we don't go with the declarative base here. This has to be commented. Now, when we run this should work without any problem. It is giving error in this. What is the error here in this? No module named PSYCOPG2 is found. So this is the Python library related to PostgreSQL. So SQL Alchemy is running, but when this library is available, it can run. Otherwise, it will not run. So go here with the pip install followed by this one here. So what are the required libraries for this ORM? Therefore, in this, we need to have here for ORM, SQL Alchemy, and this one, these two packages you need to install. PSYCOPG22, SQL Alchemy. When you install them, this can work. Otherwise, it will not work. So now here, come to this point again, try to run this. So again, it says here class student base. Okay, class student base is in this, what I commented, Let me here see. Okay, so otherwise what we do here, we try to create here one more database as well. Instead of going with the school new, we put here school new DB database. We try to create here. Then after that, we go with the help of this here. Base equal to declarative base, that is fine. Now here, just try to go with this and run. So right now, what is the database available for us? Right now, the database is here ORM test. I think related to ORM, ORM DB is available. Rather than that, now we need to have here student new. Okay, student new is required. So we go with that. Try to again run this here ORM test.py. Now new database is created. I thought earlier. So just we need to create first database, but now another database also created. Refresh 31 you should find here. So this is what exactly school fine. What I'm using in this case, existing only or MDB I'm using. Fine. So I did not give new name. Therefore here come to this one, and in this just now we created another table. Okay. So here schemas, go with the tables. Student data, one more table got created for us. So required libraries are going to be, first of all, we need here Py, yeah, COPG2. PSY COPG2 is required. Okay. Then followed by SQL Alchemy, these two packages you need to install. Once they are installed, you can go with the ORM package. ORM, you can work. And here, I need to school DB we created, that is fine. So you should find here that particular database, new database. It is created or not, we see, we go to the S. It's not created. Okay, once again, here also we try to change, then see whether this is going to create. Okay, fine. It is related to that one. Then here in this case, we go with the protocol PostgreSQL. Then school new we make. Okay, but here in this, it's not ORMDB. It is going to be school new. So it's not actually creating. So as I was saying, only for the like SQLite it works. SQLite is nothing but it's a small database which is part of actually our application. So if you come to the Python CSV, not Python CSV, this is Python followed by, here it is Python trap related. In this, what happens if we need, we can create automatically the school new DB that is related to SQLite. So don't go with SQLite. Without SQLite, we can do SQLite is lightweight when compared to the Postgres. So in the Postgres, first thing is you need to create database. Then after that, you can create tables automatically. So here we created engine, then followed by here base equal to declarative base. Then here we are trying to add new data to the existing table. It is student. So here we are going to be, if it is not available, it can create. So here I comment this part and see what will happen now when I run again, or else without commenting, we try to run again this one. What will happen? See now in this. So one more row is added in that. If you come here, it can add another row. This is what tables, student data. So scripts here, select script. So total duplicate data added here. So this data is changing, but IDs are getting changed. Different IDs you are getting. This is called as primary key. Rest of the columns are going to be for these are dependent keys. So username, function, the first name, last name, institution is depending on the ID here. So these all other columns can be accessed with the help of the primary key here ID. This is going to be unique and this is not null in this. So using ORM concept, you can do this. So for the ORM purpose, you need to have first of all here these two libraries installed. PSY COPG2 and SQL Alchemy. So using that we can do. And here it's nothing actually like in this we don't have any one-to-one relationship or one-to-many relationship. There is nothing like one-to-many relationship in this. Okay, it is plain table we created. In this automatically ID is primary key. Rest of the columns are going to be username, first name, last name. Okay, then this is nothing but actually constructor. This is called as constructor in the given class. Class is what here student. Okay, so this is going to be here a constructor. So using constructor in this case, so why this base is required is to work with actually ORM. Okay, table name is required. Certain features automatically they can be added from the base class like ID, username, first name, last name, institution. Then using here init, this is called as constructor of the object. We pass these parameters: username, first name, last name, institution, and for every instance method we require a self. For non-instance method, self is not required. That is nothing but static method. So this init is nothing but a constructor. This is called as here instance method. Okay, so therefore what I do, I am initializing this here. That means I am calling the constructor. Then after that, here what happens? It is going to be adding here required data. Base.metadata.create all engine session equal to session maker, bind equal to engine. We are binding engine here. Then session equal to session we have written. Then we created here a student object, then a session object, then followed by here another student object. We are adding to existing session. Then after that, we are committing session. So like this can be getting saved in the data, saved data in the database. So this is ORM concept. ORM is nothing but here object relational mapping. With the help of this, we do it. In the same manner, if you try to see one more file, okay, the one another file we have. So that file is related to, it is Python CSV. So in the Python CSV, there is a file called, as you come down, you can find in this, it is SQL Alchemy one-to-many. This table is one-to-many table. Let us open this, open with here notepad. I copy all this, Control C. Then here in this particular thing, new file I want to create. So it is ORM test. We call this as ORM 1 to M or 1 to M. Like this we put .py. Okay, when you look at this example, as we earlier done, we are doing in the same manner. The database name is here SchoolDB, but instead of that, we need to change here this one to ORMDB because we created recently new one. It is ORMDB. Then after that, we try to create here. So this we are creating another table called customer. Okay, it is just example. Another table called customer and another one is going to be in this case order. Okay, so here order is equal to relationship, order, back populates equal to customer it is. So similarly, when you come here in this what happens? Class order, this is going to be ID equal to column, integer primary key equal to true, customer ID equal to column, integer foreign key, customer ID, customer equal to relationship customer, back populates orders. When you look at this customer table, okay, and when you compare with orders, what we can say here, a single customer can go with multiple orders. Okay, a single customer can go with multiple orders. That's why in the order table, we have here foreign key as customer.id. But in the customer table, we never have order ID. In a order, in the orders, you can have customer ID, but in the customer, you can't have here order ID. So reason, one customer can give multiple orders. It's called as one to many. Okay, when you go to any hotel or when you go to any business, in that case, a customer can come repeatedly. So every time, whenever you generate a bill, or whenever you go with actually this order kind of thing, actually, we can think it as actually purchase order. Whenever purchase order is generated, so in such case, so order format is going to be same for everyone. Only the customer ID changes in these cases. Already we have data in the customer table related to data. So using ID, you can refer the customer data. So it's going to have here in this case a primary key, foreign key, relationship kind of thing. You are going to be mapping. So ultimately table is going to be something like this. You have a customer in that ID followed by name. Okay. But when it comes to order table, in that you have three columns: ID, customer relationship. Even you can see the, how they are related diagrammatically, you can see a single customer can have multiple orders. Similarly, a order can be having multiple customers as well. This is definitely single order cannot be having multiple customers. Sorry, a single order cannot be having multiple customers, but a single customer can have multiple orders. So this is the concept. This is called as your ORM and one to many. One customer can go with multiple orders. A customer can repeatedly give purchase orders. N number of orders can be given by a customer. But if you look at a single order, that should have only one customer. An order can relate to only one customer, but a single customer can have multiple orders. Like this is called as here one to many. Customer to order is going to be one to many. Then here we have one more thing, class learner, then class course. These two also we are trying to create. Okay, these two are also we are going to create in this case. A learner can take multiple courses. Concept here is a learner can take actually multiple courses. Okay, so here, but a course can be normally taken by, here in this case, a course also can be taken by multiple learners. Okay, but here how we map it, try to see. Whenever you go here, in this case, learners equal to relationship, learner, secondary, then student course, back populates courses, and this is populating actually, back populates to learners. Like this, we create here learners followed by, okay, how I map this? Let us see in this. On the top, if you see here, okay, an order can be fine. Okay, in this case, what? Learner we are mapping with the course. Okay, similarly, here a course can be mapping with the learner. Secondary equal to student course, and here also secondary equal to student course we kept. And here how we kept actually, there is nothing like second in this. If you go with the customer and if you go with the, like next thing is what? Order. Okay. So we try to understand later on that particular part, class and course and student course, like this we have. Okay, so this is going to be creating actually the relationship, and let us try to run this here. So just we have to change it to ORMDB, and these have to be created for us. Let us try to make all this in this. This is ORM1 to many, ORM1 to m.py. Python followed by ORM, this is 1 to mpy. So what is happening? Insert into learner. Okay. Giving some kind of error for us. Okay, so okay, so this is insert into. While once again I do like this. Let's see, they try to run this here. Okay. We created all this, but where is exactly? we created engine first? Create engine. So if we comment something, let us see and try to work with this now. So in this case now it is working. So if you come to this particular ORMDB table, just refresh all the tables in this. We can find here more and more tables now. Okay, even you can generate for this now, like schema search objects, new ERD project we take. It's beta. So here we try to drag and drop course. Fine here. And not many to many. Not table adding like that. Okay, so we have to create, not creation of table. So it is unable to add here. When I go with this, either I can cancel. Untitled this, it's fine. When I come to this, coming fine here, but reload. Okay, so go to servers in this. You come to this point and here from here, you can go with these things. Create, not available. Tools. This should be ORM project, ERD project. This is not getting added here in this case. So there is a provision in this we need to see. One to m is given, but it's not actually getting. In your system, you can do it. It's easy because this is somewhat old version. So in the old version, definitely you can't get. Otherwise, instead of going with the diagram, even you can see here how the relationships are formed. If you go with the customer, you go with the columns, ID and name, but when you go with the order, you can come to order. In the case of order, if you come to the columns, customer ID you have here. Okay, so constraints, if you see, you can have here order customer ID, FK is nothing but foreign key, and this is here primary key. The keys are generated automatically for us in this. This is between the order as well as the customer. Okay, similarly, whenever you come to student, okay, you have a student course as well. So we can go with the course. You can go here with the learner as well as here you can go with the student course. So let us see the table, other table. We have a course in this case. We have a learner. Okay, so let us go to then here student course. Here in this case, you have only two columns, learner ID and course ID you have. Whenever you come here, properties, if you see, not properties. Okay, whenever you come here, okay, then we expanded columns. If you come to the constraints, you have here one is primary key, second thing is two foreign keys. Both of they are referring actually the table, learner as well as to course. If you come to course, if you expand the columns, you can find ID and name. If you go with the constraints, primary key you have in this. In the same manner, if you come to learner, you have columns in this case name, ID, constraints if you see, primary key you have. But whenever you come to here, student learner, so student course, you have a learner ID, you have course ID. There are going to be like this two, one primary key Second thing is going to be here foreign key. This is a it's a key which is more than one column. Learner ID is part of it, and the course ID is also part of it. Even you can find the script for this. So if you go with the create script, it can generate the script for you. Okay, when we come here, what is happening in this case? So here it is constraint student course P key, primary key, learner ID and course ID, whereas the foreign key is going to be course ID. And one more thing is here, one more foreign key is here learner ID. Okay, so the main table is what here, the parent table is course, and for this parent table is learner. So like this has created for us. Automatically it has created for us. So this is basically ORM concept. Object relational mapping. With the help of this, automatically we are doing it. We are doing automatically. So this is ORM test.py. In that we created single table, but when you go with the ORM 1 to m.py, here we are creating multiple tables and we are mapping with one table with the another table. So it is primary key, foreign key relationships. Okay, so these two are important actually. Here in the admin part, we try to do that. So whenever we go with this, with the help of the SQL Alchemy and with the help of PSY COPG2, these two are nothing but Python packages. With the help of that, we try to create database tables as well as we try to insert data into that. Okay, and for front-end purpose, we use actually Flask Jinja. It's a kind of template. We are going to use the templates. I'm sharing these two files with you. Just try to go through this, try to understand. Okay, so you need to create a virtual environment, then followed by you need to create all these things. You understand? I think Sri, you understood the concept of virtual environment.
Yeah, I understood.
Okay,
Sridhar.
so these two tables I shared, try to do at your end. You
Okay.
need to go to PostgreSQL. Is
Okay.
PostgreSQL installed in your system?
Yeah, it's installed.
Okay, so just you can launch it and automatically try to create them. How the tables are created, try to see them. Even ORD this it's called as actually object relational mapping. It is entity relationship diagram. ERD can be created in your system. Somehow this is old system, it's not generating it this, but in your system
Okay.
immediately it comes up. You can create
Okay.
actually. I think yours is latest 15 or 16 version. So
Yeah.
because of that, it's quite fast actually. It can do. So first run these two files and see what you are getting. I'm sharing
Okay.
these two files here.
Yeah, sure.
It may be little confusion initially, but you overcome the confusion by practicing. It's the
Yeah,
right
I
way of
have
learning, in my opinion.
little doubts, but still I'll try and I'll get.
Yeah, what doubts you have? You can ask Sri now.
Yeah, like initially here, you have checked that school related thing, right?
Yes, yes.
In uh, which file is that? Yeah.
Let me file Python file you are saying. It's
Yeah.
ORM test.py file.
Okay. 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 This is again you're creating a new database with the
Yes,
school new thing, and
yes,
you're trying to access student information in that, right?
yes, yes.
Okay. Here you're taking multiple like user to make
No,
many
it
you
is
are
not
checking.
user to many. In this simple table I created.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
student data is the table. So
Mm.
initially you can do with this. Then after
Okay.
that, you create the database table automatically, followed by
Okay.
you inserting data into that.
Okay. And can you go little up? Yeah, here, okay, once I install the packages of SQL Alchemy and the
Yes,
other one, then
yes.
I need to invoke all those import files like this.
You need to import
Then,
like this, yes.
yeah, this create engine is where I am creating the database thing, right?
Basically getting connected to database, this is.
Okay, this is connectivity thing.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, why we need to give this base declared base?
Because see, you're trying to
Uh,
create uh, an object.
okay.
Okay, but this object is not similar. No, I mean, it's not similar to a Python simple object.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you create a simple Python object, in that case, you don't have any table name, correct?
Yeah, yeah, true.
So here to connect to SQL Alchemy, you require
Okay.
this base class getting inherited into student.
Okay.
For
We
that
are
purpose. Certain
inheriting
features
that.
automatically you can have in this.
Okay,
Because of
okay,
that,
got
we are inheriting the base class.
Okay. So whatever we are giving the table name, that
Yes,
it creates the table name in the database, and we
yes,
have the respective members for that.
yes. And here one more thing, if you see, declarative base is the function which is part of actually SQL
Mm.
alchemy.orm.
Okay, got it.
So from that package, we are actually first initializing the base class. So
Okay.
base is basically object in this now. Okay.
Understood.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try to do this same thing,
Yes.
and yeah.
So this week, in fact, we are a little busy with our, as I told earlier, with our mother's anniversary also. Yesterday there
Okay.
was a power cut, and
Okay.
yesterday, this entire week actually for the last 10 days we were busy. Every
Okay.
day,
Okay.
morning to evening, some kind of ritual we performed, and today it's the last day. And
And
tomorrow also we have, I mean, అంటే ఏమవుతుందన్నమాట సత్యనారాయణ వ్రతం ఉన్నప్పుడు చేస్తారు కదా ఆ వ్రతం ఒకటి
uh,
రేపు
oh,
అయిపోతుంది అంటే ఇన్ని రోజులు బ్యాడ్ అని ఒక రకంగా ఎవరైనా పోతే కూడా ఒక
uh,
బ్యాడ్ అనుకుంటారు కదా దట్ వే
yeah. అవును
సో
చేస్తారు.
tomorrow it is the last. Then after that, I'll become very much active because
Okay.
chala many works are pending with me actually in multiple projects. I'm involved with multiple companies, so
Okay.
I have to come again. I have to become active. So in that
Okay.
process, now from particularly from Monday onwards, we can do more and
Mm.
more. Okay, we
Okay.
give impetus and momentum to this particular project. Okay,
Okay.
so far
Okay.
it is little dull, but from Monday onwards with full vigor we'll do it. So
Okay.
I'm going to share these tomorrow. Also we have session. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
but I'm going to share these things now.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try tomorrow morning, and
Yes,
I'll,
you can try that. These two things you
yeah.
can try, and if any errors you are getting, try to rectify them.
Yeah. And I just wanted to know whatever the test cases you asked to fix, is that
Yes, yes,
fine?
yes, yes. They're working actually, but
Okay.
more we discuss from Monday onwards.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
one more thing, how we create views, how we are going to unit test views, that also we discuss.
Okay.
Every
Okay.
view must be unit tested. You are going to use Jinja templates. Jinja templates is for like
Uh,
Python site.
okay.
It's not
Okay.
related to any it's not related to what we are React JS or Angular. So it's part of
Oh,
actually Python code. You are going to mix up Python code with the
okay.
HTML code. That you can do with the
Okay.
help of the Jinja template. Python
Okay.
uses
Got
Jinja templates. For example, you take
it.
Java. In the case of Java, we use JSP
Mm.
pages, Java
Yeah.
server
Yeah.
pages.
Server
Yeah.
pages. Yeah.
Whenever you work with ASP.NET, either you use Razor syntax
Yeah.
or
I'm
use
also.
ASPX kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm also working on Java thing.
Okay. So
Because
that
now
is,
most of the projects they're asking either Python or Java related thing.
yes. Even
Yeah,
few projects with .NET also available. Small companies, they
yeah.
go with the .NET.
But most of the projects, if you see, it's into Python or Java. I see
Yes,
most
yes,
of them into Java compared to C Sharp.
yes. I
Yeah,
mean, it's basically legacy kind of thing. Suppose they got habituated, entire team is habituated to .NET, then they go with the .NET. If they
yeah,
are
yeah,
earlier worked with the Python, with the Java, they work with Java. So whenever
yeah,
they are thinking about migration, which one to choose, they definitely choose Python. Python is simpler when compared with all those things.
yeah. Because I could see like mostly now every company they're migrating to Python now.
Python and people who bother about actually the performance, they go with the Go language.
Yeah,
Rust or Go
yeah,
language. Rust is another beautiful language. But
yeah,
see, you have to put little effort. Sometimes they don't work. You need to make them working. Okay,
yeah.
so that patience is required. People normally don't have patience to do all those things. If they get simple error, they get frustrated.
Okay.
So we need to overcome those problems. With certain assumptions, they create the code. When the
Yeah.
assumption fail, what happens? It's going to be failing. And always
Okay.
you need to write the test cases. That is very important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you understood unit test, how it works?
Yeah, I understood. Like
Yes,
initially, while that day when you asked me to write, that time
yes,
only I was able to get
correct.
the solution, but I wanted
Yes,
to try it on my system and make it fix.
yes. And wherever you work, you encourage them to use the unit testing. You need to force, in fact, them to write the unit test cases.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. But people, normal developers don't like that.
Okay.
They don't want to write any unit test case. They want to finish quick code quickly, as early as possible. They want to finish. but
Okay.
not required like that. You have to force them to write always the test cases.
Okay. Okay.
So it's better because before they integrate the code, they can see whether it's working or not.
Yeah. Yeah. And one more thing I got doubt is usually when we write test cases, we always check for the valid condition and invalid condition.
Yes,
And even the result should have both the results, right? Uh, Based on the input provided.
yes.
Here we are giving only the valid values. And unless we changed to the invalid only, the result is affecting with the it's a failure test case or that. If it is
Correct. You need to
passed,
write another test case for that.
yeah, yeah. What because we need to have two test cases for each scenario,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Valid, invalid, you need to write.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Or
I already wrote that and I checked from my side.
yes. So for example, you take X unit. In the case of X unit, to the single test case only, you send a lot of data. That's called as inline data. I showed that
Yeah.
also. One example I show you how you write in the X unit.
Uh,
It is
uh,
actually,
yeah, yeah. I'm free. Yeah, yeah,
okay. So here what I do, I am going with the fact and I'm going with the
yeah,
theory. In the
yeah.
case of fact, what happens? You cannot pass any data to this.
Okay,
But when you go with this unit test also, I mean, this X unit we call, even the Java, I think it is used very much. Even the Python also, I
X.
think they use. I
It's
need to
X
find out
unit
exactly where
or
they use.
okay. It's X.
It is C sharp code.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah,
So here it is inline data. I'm passing actually two data. At the same
yeah.
time, you can pass multiple data and you can test with the help of the theory. This declaration is theory and this is a fact. With the fact,
Okay,
you cannot pass any data. You need to hard code. But here, you can send different type of data in this. Multiple values you can send, in fact, with the theory. Here, you can pass
okay,
only
okay,
one data.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
And
okay.
apart from that, you have to know about like Swagger. You know
Okay.
about Swagger?
Yeah, I think once you have showed this, I think in
Yes.
one of the training
Yeah.
class.
Swagger
Yeah,
actually, it is with
yeah.
some
I
one of the web APIs, this Swagger is available to us.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so suppose if you go with this,
Mm. It's a kind of verifying the code or
it's documentation, API documentation.
okay, okay,
So it shows like this. It's
yeah,
Swagger
yeah,
documentation. Even the
yeah.
Python you need to generate. Whatever API you write, further there should be documentation. At least for
Okay,
developers, they should be available.
okay. How do we do in this?
I'll tell that in the Flask how to do Swagger I
Okay.
explain. Just I'm giving an idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
so it
okay,
can automatically create documentation for the users. We don't write much. For the developers, at
okay,
least it's available. So these are
okay.
various methods
I
like
mean,
get method, post
whatever
method.
the API we are creating, it provides
Yes,
the documentation for that.
yes. So you can create
Okay,
documentation, then developers can look at this and they can do what method this is, get
okay,
method, post method. So in this case, what
okay,
parameters are required? No parameters are
okay,
required in this case.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
so like this,
Mm.
you can be, showing it.
Okay, okay, okay.
Similarly, if you go with the designation, in the case of designation, post method you take. So what is
Mm.
this exactly? No parameters, it says. So
Yeah.
like this, basically, it's like
Mm.
JSON data. It's going to be
Okay,
all
okay.
JSON data. Like
Yeah.
this is giving.
Okay, okay.
So this
Yeah.
is important actually. You can get method, put method, then delete method. This is a post method. So this
Mm.
you need to test from the Postman first.
Okay. Postman.
Have you installed Postman?
No, not it.
So this can be tested from Postman. I show you. So
Oh,
how Postman can work.
okay.
So this is a Postman from port number 8000. Some Python application it was, I think. 8000 by default. Python runs
Mm.
on that port. Django.
Okay.
Okay, so it's going to be adding in that case. But I want to
Okay.
go with the .NET now. So this
Mm.
is port number. It is
Mm.
actually 7240, followed by a slash API department. When I say it can give data for me.
Okay.
I want to go with the get method. Then here it
Okay.
is API followed
Mm.
by department.
Okay.
So when I send this one, it's going to be sending data and it can give result for us. Status 200, okay. You can go with the
Mm.
raw. It is giving
Mm.
this data for us. You're getting
Okay.
all the data from that.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
JSON array, you're getting in this. You can
Yeah. Yeah.
unit test. If it is working fine, then you can integrate with the front end.
Okay. Okay.
So
In this, how do we do? This is what the unit test here?
it's not unit testing. Okay, it is
Yeah.
only just
Okay.
Swagger testing actually. It's not unit testing. It is done by the front
Mm.
end people before they
Okay.
integrate the code, whether this is working or not, they can check.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
API testing,
Usually
you can say. This is
using
called
once
API testing.
once the web page is created, they will be
Yes,
checking that particular
maybe API.
IP address
Maybe
with
API is
a
created. The API is
uh,
working correct or not, you can test.
okay, that particular IP, I mean the link with
Yes.
whatever you want get or whatever
Or
this
post
thing.
whatever data you want to
Yeah.
post, whether that is succeeding or not, you can check. For example, you take
Okay.
department in this. I can come
Okay.
to department in this. Even
Mm.
file uploading you take, for example, file uploads you have in this. Okay,
Okay.
so how to upload a file in the Swagger, we may have
Mm.
related to file uploading kind of thing. If you come here, so where we have file utility you have here.
Yeah.
File utility we have here. Let us try to upload some file here. You
Okay.
can go with this post method. This is
Mm.
API dot file utility. So here we come to this.
Mm.
Sorry, here I need to change file utility.
Okay.
Like this we give and what exactly it is here. I need to see file. Is it uppercase? Yeah, uppercase it is. It does not make any difference, but still we need to sometimes see
Mm.
utility. Okay, then
Mm.
here I need to go to body. From the
Mm.
body, I need to choose the file here in this. Okay, so it was that.
Oh, we need to copy paste that.
Yeah, from here we need to choose the body.
Mm.
Okay, so it is JSON. You have text,
Mm.
JavaScript, and go with the raw. Okay,
Mm.
so form data. In the form data, okay, sorry, this is going to be related to like it is file you can take and you need to
Mm.
pick a file in this case here. So uh,
Okay. Okay. Got it.
file from local machine.
Mm.
Some file we can choose here, something like AS or S I take, open, and I should have the key. What is that key exactly? I need to specify the name of the key as well. So if I come here, okay, the Swagger, this Swagger, I think one more window I have. Okay, so file, if it is file utility, then this is, okay, I can give here in this. Okay, so then I try to send it. 405 method not allowed, it says. So if I go
Okay.
to the class, I have a class here, file upload model.cs.
Mm.
So whenever I go here, file upload model, okay, PDF is one, then this is docx equal to 2 we have here, file details, and similarly, file type also I need to specify there. First thing is here, then file type I should specify here.
Okay.
I can put something like in this case, this is a text. I want to name this as here 1. Then I try to, it should be running one more thing. If it is running, then in that case only it can work, otherwise it will not work. Try to send it. So see, still it says actually method not allowed, 405. So if I come here, what method this is basically? File upload model. Okay, file upload model is available here. But if you go with the API, in this API, you should have that information. Okay, so from here, I should be getting data. File details, this is post file utility. The name of this is here, file utility controller. Okay, file details equal to none, or I am giving in this file details only. This is okay, so there is one problem with this. It should be in my working directory, it says. Still, it says actually not available, but like this, you can test. I'll tell why it is not working.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so like this, you can be uploading even the files. It is giving error. It should be hitting here, basically. There can be
yeah,
some technical issue, but
yeah.
files also can be tested from here.
Okay, if you can show us like maybe once you are into project, the sequence of thing like first writing database, then writing code or writing
Yes, yes,
code,
I
then
show that. I show.
yeah, yeah.
Now I think this time it should work.
Okay.
Now it is hitting C. It's hitting this
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
So if you go with
yeah.
F10,
Okay. Okay.
you get the
Okay.
result okay in this 200 okay status you got.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
successful message. So if you see
Yeah.
here, like body,
Mm.
uh, test results, nothing
Mm.
actually, it's not returning anything. So, but here
Okay.
it's not printing anything. Status 200 okay. And if you come here,
Mm.
you can find one more file in this. Another
Okay.
extra
Okay.
file is also added in this, but using actually a different name.
Mm.
Whatever file name you have when you upload, it's not going to be
Okay.
same. It's going to be changing here
Yeah. Yeah.
because to avoid duplicate names.
Yes.
Okay, so like this, you need to unit test. Unit testing is also very, not unit testing, API testing you need to do. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
so SOAP UI you have, or else you can use the Postman. Even with this you can do, or with the SOAP UI also you can do it.
Okay. This is
So
like
this,
API testing, right?
yes, all this
Okay.
knowledge actually is required in order to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can even guide as a manager, you can be guiding people sometimes when they don't properly, I mean, when things are not working,
Yeah.
you can assist them, you can, with the commanding voice,
Yeah.
actually, you can control them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you have subject knowledge, then in that case, initially it may not work, but with a little struggling, actually, you can make it working. Okay,
Yeah.
because we cannot remember all the things
Yeah.
due to that little struggling, but overall idea you have, you will have the confidence to make it work.
At least we should be able to search and do it.
Yes, search and do, and you'll have definitely make it working. Since it is all commands, you cannot remember steps. Also, sometimes you forget.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but at least you can show them the result. After 5-10 minutes, you can show the result. Then you are confident in that case, but you cannot remember all the commands.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is required in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, try to. I haven't shared, I think, so far the files with you. I'm sharing them now.
Yeah. I think it's better to share through Drive itself.
Okay, the drive I'll put there.
Yeah. You work for which company, Sridhar?
NTA General Insurance,
Okay. Okay.
Dallas-based company it is.
Oh. Okay.
But I'm not coding much these days.
Okay. Okay.
I told them I
Yeah.
cannot work much. So they said,
Mm.
just be with us.
Okay.
Sometimes when it is needed, you may have to help little.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I sent my resume to
Sitaram.
Sitaram. Yeah, I think
He's
he's in
busy
India.
actually with some work
Yeah.
is busy.
Okay.
Once he comes back to US, he can actually.
Okay. You do handle with any of the freelancing projects, or you just work for the company?
Just for company, but freelancing things are not actually clear when I work with the freelancing kind of thing.
Okay, okay.
So my intention is actually many people I'm seeing Sri here, they don't find jobs. Okay.
Yeah. Even
They
here,
complete.
it's like that actually. Past 6 months, it's really very hard to get an interview call itself. It's like
Yes.
that.
Due to this one recession only.
Yeah.
Have you got the files? Can you check once?
Yeah, I think.
But create first of all virtual environment. Okay.
Okay.
Then after that, into that you try to add these files. If you try to run these files, definitely they give problem. So in such
Yeah.
case, what you have to do, you need to install first that two files are specified. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I got one file.
One more is also needed. Let me once again show you what is that exactly. It is these two libraries you need to install.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I have. Will you be uploading this video today, or
Which files you are saying?
this recorded video? Will you be
I mean,
uploading?
today only. In the evening, I think he uploads.
Okay. Okay. Then, if it is available, I can keep that as
Yes,
reference and I can do
yes.
it.
Yesterday, we did not record. We forgot to record that the other
Yeah,
day.
that is fine. The testing thing,
Yes.
it's okay. That's no, I can understand that.
Okay, so then tomorrow we meet.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.